Hello traders, Gary Wagner with the Gold Forecast here on Sunday, first day of the week as we start in Australia and work our way around the world. It is September the 12th and this is the Daily Report. Our Sunday reports are typically the shortest of all of our reports because we're just getting an indication of what we're going to be looking at this week, and we try to shed some insight in what we think might happen. Gold in the Forex market currently trading at $12.44, $12.45. It is down about $2 on the day. Here's what I'm finding interesting. The one thing that we are looking at is the possibility of the market retracing at this point and putting an end to our wave 1 and seeing if this doji actually signaled the top at 1261. If in fact that's going to happen, my belief is that it should test not only the 23% retracement level, but the next real pivot point is going to be at 1222, which would put our retracement at 38%. I would look at that as a minimum for a downside retracement in the market, in which we could look at a truncated wave 2 before we go into wave 3. Of course, we could be wrong on that and the market could continue to trade lower than that, but we'll have to see. And these are the two marks that I'm looking to see if it hits. Now, as far as the first mark, we did actually hit our first mark. As you can see, the market did trade below this 23% retracement, but due to covering in the market or buying the dip mentality, did in fact move back up. We will have to see during this trading week how the market reacts. In other words, will it try to form a base in this area, or will it be able to sustain the market going lower, sell through, and how and if it will react, if in fact it can get to this 38% retracement level. Now, my personal feeling is that a retracement in this area is actually a good thing. In other words, it's something that I'm looking forward to. The reason being is that I am looking to go into that third wave, and I do believe that the third wave is going to propel us above our historic highs at 1265, and that's where we will potentially take a stab at $1,300 on gold. Also, it is healthy for the market to retrace, and after the kind of move that we have witnessed in the market, where the market has really come from 1155 and moved up roughly $100, that gives us an indication that this potential top here in terms of wavelength amplitude is a pretty good indication. And the reason I believe that is if we take a look back historically in the gold market, what we're going to find is that both waves 1, which is right in here, which was $100, as well as wave 5, which was $100, were the actual amplitude of the waves. Now, wave 3 itself, this wave here, was $161. And when you consider the basic math, in other words, we use our wave 1 as our benchmark. And so another reason that I'm excited to see it potentially end is once we have our benchmark, we can use some basic Elliott wave strategy to indicate where we think retracements will go to, as well as what the amplitude, meaning the dollar move in gold, is going to be for both waves 3 and 5, and give us an idea of the retracements of waves 2 and 4, our corrective waves within our impulse phase. So that is something that excites me. I do want to see how the market reacts. As I said, this is going to be a short report because we're simply setting ourselves up to see what kind of information is going to be available to us through the week itself. But we do have to see how the market reacts. Realize it's in Australia. From there, it's going to travel over into Asia, and then in the morning into New York. By that time, we'll get a clear indication if this market does want to sell lower, or if we'll find some buying the dip mentality as we have in the past come into Asia. So whether the market moves up or down from this area, my personal belief is we will see it move lower, but we do not have the information that we need as of yet to determine that direction. We want to look very, very close at the market. As I said, what I would typically look for right now is, my belief is that it's got a high probability of at least going to this pivot point, this 1222 area. And if in fact it does, I want to see how it reacts at that point, because that would be a great point if in fact we get a buy signal, a bullish reversal pattern that comes up in our candlesticks. That's going to be a point we want to look at. However, we do want to realize that as this market comes down, you can get a much more deep, in terms of amplitude, a sizable retracement. So we have to look very, very carefully, and we have to have very, very strong confirmation that, in fact, if the market comes to that area, that this is the opportunity that we're waiting for to go in and to re-enter and add to the position that we have. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on Monday for the Daily Report. Bye-bye.